Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This video, I want to show you something. What happened in Mecca, the lighting, the clock tower, it was struck with lightning. Before I show you the video, I also want to let you know that you can ask me questions. So this video, you can ask question, whatever question you have about end of time. So inshallah, we'll discuss those questions. At the same time, I want to show you first this video because subhanallah, when I was looking at it, it was very, very amazing to say the least. So take a look at this video, what happened in Mecca with the lightning. Subhanallah, look at this. Look at this. The house of Allah is being struck by Allah's command. Symbolism really means nothing in our religion. Like the house of Allah is being struck by lightning by the one who created, who commanded this house to be built. Can you imagine? So people, when they say, well, you know what, we should be worshipping symbols and this and that, when we should stick to this symbol, that symbol. Wallah, you need to think about this. Like even Mecca itself, you know, the clock tower itself for Allah is really nothing but a symbol. What really matters is our taqwa, what is in our heart. And also I want to share this other video.
Unwavering commitment that we have in the United States to Israel's security, and I fully support replenishing Israel's Iron Dome system. And we're also going to discuss the threat from Iran and our commitment to ensure Iran never develops a nuclear weapon. But we're putting diplomacy first.
The reason I want to show this video is because, dear brothers and sisters, the guy, Naftali Bennett, he met Joe Biden. Take a listen.
What the world would look like if a radical Islamic regime acquired a nuclear weapon. That marriage would be a nuclear nightmare for the entire world. Iran is the world's #1 exporter of terror, instability, and human rights violence. And as we sit here right now, Iranians are spinning their centrifuges in Natanz and Fordow. And we got to stop it. And we
basically, the reason I want to show this video is because, wallahi, like Iran is no match for the Israeli. Okay, Iran cannot afford. Israel is way more advanced. They are more advanced in terms of technology, in terms of money, in terms of weapon, everything you can imagine, and they know it. Israel know that Iran is not a match for them. Yet they portray Iran as a threat because that way they can get foreign aid from, especially from US. At the same time, they can go to Syria, like other places, to and send their fighter jet and do whatnot. These things are just, wallahi, creating more mess than solving any problem. And he met Joe Biden, and this is why I wanted to show this video. When he met Joe Biden, he did not even mention the name Palestine. Like he did not even recognize the state of Palestine. For him, they don't even exist. If you have any question, again, you can ask me. But before you do that, I want to address few other things that I mentioned in my other video about the end of time, the Qiyamah, the Mahdi that we talk about in this channel. I have said over and over again about WW3 has to take place before the Mahdi comes, and one of the questions I get, frequently asked question, is that when you think WW3 will take place. I say all the time, the answer for that is very simple. For WW3 to take place, there has to be some radical change in the global environment. Radical change. When I say a change, I don't mean like what is happening right now. I don't mean sometimes you get hot weather or cold weather. What I mean is that you will see the weather will be so out of control. You cannot crank it. You cannot do anything. Some part of the world they do cloud seeding. I think it happens in UAE. They do cloud seeding, and what happens is through that cloud seeding they get rain. They crank it. And this is not going to be something possible. Every country, every nation will be on edge. They will be desperate. There will be no crops. There is nothing going to happen. No produce, nothing. And at that time, you will see countries when they get desperate, WW3 will happen. Other questions you have asked me on the comment section, and also I received some email, is about the coming of the Mahdi. And as I said again and again, the coming of the Mahdi is conditional on few things. He will not just show up when we are living in this state where we are not really seeing the level of oppression and injustice that was prophesied. A lot of people, they do not understand hadith, so they do not know how to interpret the hadith, and they do not know what to infer from this hadith. So that is something, wallahi, you need to be careful about, that you read hadith. You don't ask question, and most of the time you guys ask very direct question. When this will happen, 2024, you should not be asking those questions to me, because I don't know the answer. Nobody knows the answer. However, there are some other brothers, they say, you know, Allahu Alam, and that is the best answer. I have a comment here: seek peace, read. Assalamu alaikum. Assalam, brother. Again, if you have any question, you can ask me. If not, if you can always leave a comment. You can always email me and ask me those questions. Either way is fine. Naftali Bennett, when he went to White House to meet Joe Biden, US president, that is another reason why we believe that there is a plot going on. When we say, you know, Naftali Bennett, Israel going to White House, they don't just meet each other for no reason. Okay, they don't just meet each other because they never met before after they became president. They have plans. Okay, and I said in the past video that Israel is now trying to take Masjid al-Aqsa away from the Muslims, and the Muslims are sleeping. Even though I'm talking about this in this channel over and over again, looks like we are not creating any awareness. Wallahi, one day you wake up in the morning, it will be gone. Unless we speak out, unless we create awareness. As I said, Allah will protect this masjid, but He's testing us. He's looking at us, what we are doing. And if we are sleeping, wallahi, it's a disaster, and we will not deserve the masjid. We will not deserve Mecca. We don't deserve Medina. Wallahi. We have become so unaware and so indifferent into what is happening right now around the world with the Muslims. We have become so indifferent. Who are the true enemies of Islam? Jihad is just curious. These people are people who are very poor. They are grown from, you know, a region, or from a family, or you know, from a situation. They're grown in a situation where they lost everything. And this is why we need to stop this, you know, war, because when US will do airstrike, okay, airstrike, they will lose, the whole family is gone, maybe except the boy, the son is alive, or the husband is alive. What do you expect from that person to do? They are going to become very, very angry, and they will do whatever it takes for their revenge. So the people who are recruiting these people, they find it easy to recruit them because they have an excuse that US, you know, airstrike or whatever collateral, you know, damage they call it, they took away everything from you. Why don't you join us? We can give you revenge. And so they join them, and they do whatever they want them to do, because really they have nothing to live for. This is how these people are, this is how these groups are being created. It is a foreign policy of the US. It is not, Islam is nothing, nobody. It's a US foreign policy. They made a lot of mistakes, and they're still making mistakes, and they call it, you know, collateral damage, when it is really killing people. Wallahi, this is very bad. Where is Sufiyani Army? Sufiyani Army will come at the end of time. A lot of people, they say, what is his name? Bashar al-Assad is a Sufiyani. That is not, I don't agree with that. And his affiliation with the tribe Kalb is somewhat questionable, according to me. Okay, he's not directly. Sufiyani is anti-Mahdi. Okay, they will come, but they are not still there. We'll see what happens. It's a matter of the ghaib. But I personally believe that this is a group that will come before Dajjal, and they will create a lot of problem for the Mahdi and for the Muslims. And if you take a look at that part of the region, you see these people are really brutal when it comes to the Muslims. Ahmed Nu, Salam alaikum. Do you think US dollar will collapse completely and stop being world trade currency? If yes, by when, according to your opinion? US dollar collapse will happen again after WW3. With WW3, everything that you know today will be gone. The status quo will be gone. You will have no new currency, according to my understanding. It will be a situation where people are depending on maybe gold and silver. People are depending on some kind of, I don't think there will be any currency after WW3. It will be a complete disaster, and we might go back to the Stone Age where we will trade with products and services. So you have 2 chicken, for example. You give me those 2 chicken, I will give you 1 pack of rice. That kind of trade will take place. WW3 or even WW4 will annihilate everything that we know today. That's my understanding, Allahu Alam. But US currency right now, the way it is, it will remain until we see, because US will not let it go. Okay, US will not let dollar lose its value, because this is the #1 weapon they use against all countries. And China becoming very powerful too. Their currency is gaining strength, but they do not want to increase value to their currency. The way it is right now, China is happy. So nobody is actually really reserving anything, any Chinese currency in their bank. No country. So China, yes, they are becoming very dominant, but at the same time, they are very afraid that we are not still there. You know, we are not to the level where we can say, yeah, our currency, we will increase the value. So for 1 rupee or 1 paisa, you have to pay 60 Canadian, I think yen or yuan, something like that. China is not still there. They are very, very cheap, and this is their strategy to reach to different markets and dominate the world product market. So China, I don't believe they will take that jump yet. Sheikh, salamu alaikum assalam. I don't know if you have any more question. You can again leave me with your question in the comment section below, and inshallah I will see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.